Hello, and welcome to Cryptocast, your source for all things cryptid related, unknown, and paranormal. I'm your host, Parker, and welcome back to another episode of Ghost Stories. Today, we're going to take a trip to Robertson, Tennessee, to take a look at the famous ghost, the Bell Witch. So sit back, relax, and try not to get scared. The Bell Witch is probably one of the most famous ghosts in American history, and especially of that in Tennessee. The Bell Witch tormented the Bell family for many years. It all started when the Bell family, John Bell, who was the father, he was a hunter by trade. He noticed that there was a strange animal that kept appearing on his property. It was like some black dog rabbit hybrid creature with red eyes. He tried shooting it, but nothing happened. And eventually, the creature, stopped appearing, and this lady kept appearing on the property instead. She was a ghost. She identified herself as Kate Batts. Now, the Batts family, they were rivals to the Bell family. The Batts and the Bells, they had a huge rivalry going on for years over a land dispute. After this whole incident, um, the ghost was pretty pretty calm for the most part. She could be in two places at once. She could recite something going on. There was this, she recited um, a priest's liturgy at one church and a priest's liturgy at another church in perfect detail. And the families in the area proved this to be 100% true, like word for word, what the preacher said. Then things kind of took a sudden turn. She was once originally very nice to Betsy Bell, but then she started being rude to her and made her get hurt eventually. Then her interest shifted to the father of the family, Mr. John Bell. And this one, she despised John Bell, and she took more of a liking to Betsy Bell. Um, what she did with Betsy, this is kind of crazy. She Betsy was to be wed to somebody, but Kate Batts said no, don't get married to him, and she called the wedding off, and then eventually something happened to the man that she was about to marry, as if Kate Batts warned her, um, like knew of this upcoming tragedy. She and as I said, Kate Batts, she despised John Bell, torturing him, attacking him, and one day she got him very sick, put poison in his medicine, and he died. Witnesses recounted um, that Kate Batts was dancing on his grave at the funeral and laughing about his death, saying that she killed him. Now, the Bell Witch is said to live in a cave in Robertstown, Tennessee. You can still visit there today, but there have been weird goings on there, so I highly recommend against it. The case of the Bell Witch was a very strange one, and probably one of the most famous cases in American history. But it's a very nice one, too. It's a cool, unknown story that sparked the interest. Even one of the presidents got involved himself, Thomas Jefferson. And he went there, just visited for like a couple hours or a day or so, and then he left. He didn't want to be around it either. But it was a very odd case that, especially since the president got involved and looked into it. But I don't think there will ever be a case like that again. So it's very cool that um, something like this happened. Now, I mean, somebody did die. This is like one of the very few cases. This is like one of the cases of a ghost killing somebody. Um, as for what we can tell from the evidence and what people believe, uh, the Bell Witch, Kate Batts, actually did kill John Bell and bragged and boasted about it. So that's all I have for you today, guys. I'll leave it up to you. What do you guys think of the Bell Witch? If you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button. You can dislike it if you dislike it. If you're new, please consider becoming a member of the Crypto Crew today by hitting that subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me if you did. Also, guys, check out my description to check out all the links below for my social media. I'm also going to be putting a link to this music in the background that I have playing, royalty-free music. So we'll be able to probably do about 2 more of these. Halloween is in 2 weeks, guys, and I hope to see you guys there for my special live stream. With that being said, guys, you've been watching Cryptocast. I've been your host, Parker. Stay spooky, and I'll see you guys next time on the next Ghost Stories. And remember, guys, there's always something to be afraid about.